Hello all my Wrapcandy community members. My name is Sonya and I'm going to be helping Ryan out in the next few weeks on some video tutorials using the Wrapcandy program. I have been a Wrapcandy member since early 2008 and the version that I use is a 7.3 Professional. What I'm going to show you today is how to make a standard open-end candy bar. And I'm going to be fitting 2 to a page. So first we're going to click on Create New, and the standard candy wrapper should come up. Notice that the width and height are a little bit different. It's more of a rectangular wrapper than a square wrapper. And then when you're done choosing your standard candy wrapper, you're going to click on OK. Now you see this large red box. This is actually the print area, so that when you choose to print your wrapper, it's going to print on your paper. And because we're going to be changing the properties, it's actually going to print 2 per sheet. This saves you money because I use matte and glossy brochure paper and they're expensive, sorry. This is my first tutorial, so if I make a mistake, you'll know why. Just downloaded the video capturing software and let me know how I do. So first I'm going to find the background that I want to use. I'm going to go over here to this little picture here that looks like a little picture frame, and I'm going to click on it. Then I'm going to go over here to select image, and I am going to choose something in my commercial use area, and I'm just going to click on one, and I'm going to choose the lime green dots. Now most of you are wondering why my paper or my background is so small to begin with. Well, I have a program that is called Pics Resizer. It is a free software download. I highly recommend you get it. This is what it looks like down at the bottom of my screen, this thing right here. And what it does is it resizes your backgrounds and your images from 2400 by 2400 down to 600 by 600, which is perfect to use in Wrapcandy. You can even downsize it more. You can actually change a JPEG into a PNG. I love the free program. Cannot talk about it enough. And no, I'm not getting paid for it. But I've been using it since early 2010. You need to download it. If you want more information, make sure you reply to this video tutorial and I will make sure to get the link to you. Okay, so on with the tech. We have our background on here, and now we're going to make a label or a text box. I always choose rounded rectangular when I'm working with a candy wrapper like this. I like the way it looks as far as the edges go. If you notice, they're just slightly rounded. You see how they're slightly rounded? So what I'm going to do is, before I go any further with this, I need to go and find my template that I use for my SOEs, as I refer to them. And here it is. So now I've brought it in, and I'm going to make it the same size as the red box. Do you see this down here at the bottom? Same exact size. Doesn't matter about the width. It matters about the height. Now I'm going to blow this up a little bit. Now I'm going to bring this box over here, and I want a little bit of a border. I have to send this to the back. Usually I do it the opposite way. I have my template in here first before I do anything else. So now that that is on the back, I'm going to take my box that I just made and I'm going to put it in here so that it's slightly smaller on both the left and right hand side of the wrapper. Do you see this? Then I'm going to take and I'm going to change the size of the line, the outside line, and I'm going to make it a 12. I like it. I think it makes it look better. You can see it better. I'm going to even go a step further. I'm going to make it white all the way around by choosing my contour color and my fill color. Now you of course can play around with it if you want. You don't have to make it white, but I'm going to do that because I want it to stand out on this green background. Okay? And now I'm going to copy and paste this white box so that I can have a back label or back wrapper text box. So all I'm going to do, and I'll tell you a shortcut, instead of going up here to edit, copy, edit, paste, right click on it, copy, and paste. Now I've got two boxes. So I move that down where I want it. Now I'm going to capture this green color by using my color catcher tool. Do you see it swimming around up there on the top of the wrapper? I love this little eyedropper. I cannot talk enough about it. So now that I've captured the color and you see it here, I'm just going to click back on here, and now I'm going to do another shape, another rounded rectangle, and I'm going to put it on top of this first one, and I'm going to keep it this size, 0.05 in the width, okay? But I'm going to go up here to contour color, and I'm going to choose that lime green that I chose with my color catcher tool, and I'm going to change the color of it. Now do you see how that worked? Isn't that cool? Okay, so now again I'm going to copy and paste so that I can move it down here as well. Now I've got it in two different places, top and bottom, front and back. Do you see that? Okay, we've still got the area in between here where we can actually wrap the candy wrapper around the side of the chocolate bar. Very important. If you put these too close together, they're going to look really, really funny. So now I want to add a couple pictures to this. I don't want it to be just plain Jane. So I'm going to go over here to my image picker again, this little picture frame that I like so much, and I'm going to select an image. I'm going to go back up to my desktop where I have all of my commercial use stuff, and I'm going to go into this new site that I found, and I am going to choose the Aloha. I think it will work really well with this. Now I've got all of my graphics except for this one particular set, and I'm going to double click on the little girl. And she is huge. Do you see how big she is? Oh my God. So what do? Again, we right click on the image and go to decrease image size by 50%. And then we're going to decrease the image size again by 50%. And of course she still won't fit, so we're going to decrease it again. I'd rather it be too small and then work up than be too big and work down. Does that make sense? So there's the little girl, and now let's just stretch her out to where she covers the top and bottom of this green line. And I'm going to move her over a little bit. Okay? So there's the little girl. She is so cute. I'm going to go back into the same graphic set that I just picked from, and I'm going to add the little boy. Way, way, way too big. Again, right click, decrease. Right click, decrease. I'm going to make him smaller for the bottom of the back wrapper, and I'm going to put him on the opposite side. Just gives it a more uniform look. Okay? I'm going to go back again, and I'm going to choose Aloha in pink. And this one I'm just going to shrink down. It doesn't really matter. Now I'm going to show you something else that you can do. I love this feature. I'm going to move this template out of the way, bring this over so I can show you what I'm going to do. Scroll over a little bit so I've got this in my sights. And yes, for some reason, I don't know why it still does that. I've clicked off and done everything that the website or the forum tells me to do. Nothing works. We're going to keep the ALOHA and get rid of the cup. So this is how we're going to do it. We're going to crop it. I need to go over about an inch. I hope they get this fixed soon because this is really turning out to be a pain. There it is, right there. Click to crop. There we go. You see how that was? I love the cropping feature. Now we're going to bring it back over. Bring this over. And shrink it down just a little bit more. I don't want it on top of her. And that looks about even with the top and the bottom. There we go. I'm going to delete this one. You just click on it once, hit the delete key. There you go. Now I'm going to go and get another image. I think I'm going to do the palm tree. Again, way too big, so right click and decrease until you get it the size you can work with. But I'm going to go one step further. I am going to flip it. Right now it's kind of facing to the left, and you see that the bird is on the left of the tree. I'm going to flip it so that the bird is on the right. And I'm going to decrease it a little bit more. And the nice thing about this is you can play around with it until you are absolutely sure that you want to finish. I'm going to make him a little bit smaller. I'm going to bring him to the front, so move to front. Put him in front of the tree, just like that. Now watch. You hold your left shift key down, your left mouse clicker. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, you hold that down, you drag the whole thing over. So you get it where you want it, and then you click off. Now how cute is that? That is adorable. So now that we have our wrapper the way we want it, we're going to go up here to File, then we're going to go down to Properties, and this is where your 2 wrappers per page come in. Okay, are you watching? Your print margins are very important. Left, top, right, and bottom should all be at 0. So hit the arrow down key once, takes it to 0. Do that all 4 times just by clicking once. See all the zeros? Good to have zeros. On your horizontal and vertical gaps as well, you're taking it from a 0.10 to a 0.01. That will give you just a tiny little line with which you can cut in between the 2 wrappers. Okay? So 0's all here, 01's all here, and the last important thing, make sure you choose landscape. Landscape is the most important. That's where you're going to get your 2 wrappers per page. Click on OK. Then you're going to go back up to File, and you're going to go down to Print Preview. Watch. I will even bring it up so that you can see it better. You see this tiny little line that I was talking about? Just enough room to put your scissors or your cutting machine up in between, and it makes the perfect cut. Okay, so there you have it. There is my first tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. You can always go back and do a refresher course if you want. Let me know what you want to see, because I'm doing some video tuts that Ryan wants me to do, and then I'm going to be making up some more. I'll probably do 2 or 3 a week, so watch for me. And thank you for stopping by. Happy wrapping.